Many of us lived with stress and uncertainty during the Great Recession of 2008. Our friends and neighbors lost good-paying jobs.
Some also lost their homes and savings. For a local man, add to all of that, almost losing his life. 10 years later, he says the rocky road he's traveled has changed him for the better.
We are talking about a number of issues: flooding, domestic violence, human trafficking.
The man behind the mic at WPMH, the Lighthouse Christian Radio in Chesapeake,
I want to drive what you just said home.
is a well-known name in Hampton Roads. The host of Give Me a Minute is David Nygaard.
And you can't do anything really with the federal government until you go back into session.
Today, politics is just one of his many passions.
They tell me that I have a face for radio.
All joking aside, Nygaard is the face of the Great Recession.
We need to get the perfect diamond.
In 2008, Nygaard owned 7 jewelry stores across Hampton Roads. His face was seen all over TV.
If you can dream it, we can design it.
But when the Great Recession hit and the markets tanked, Nygaard got squeezed.
Jewelry's always been a leading indicator of the economy, and so and when it hit us in 2008, we were one of the early casualties.
Nygaard says the bank he was working with failed. His inventory was seized. His payroll account was frozen, and he lost his home. The dark days of the soul, as he calls those times now.
Oh, there are many days where I thought, there are many days they were dark days, I'll just say that.
Nygaard quickly became one of the 200,000 small businesses that failed beginning in 2008.
It's a gut-wrenching period when you're just trying to take care of everybody and realizing that you just don't have the resources to do what you really want to do.
Nygaard says family played a big role in helping him slowly dig out of the Great Recession. His father helped him to reopen a handful of stores. He admits the emotional support was as important as his father's financial help.
That was one of the true amazing parts of the journey, was being able to connect with my dad on that level at that point in need.
But the darkest days of Nygaard's recovery were still to come. Nygaard admits to a difficult divorce, and then chest pains after a pickleball game and a massive heart attack.
So we called an ambulance, and the ambulance came and picked me up, and I coded in the ambulance.
Nygaard says that was the real wake-up call.
I think the key thing in life is not to live life according to other people's expectations.
10 years later, after battling through the Great Recession, Nygaard says he lives life with no regrets, not carrying any more than a single day's burdens.
You can see beauty in each aspect of life, whether it's failure, whether it's great success, and even in between.
Nygaard says nothing in life is without risk. Risk is how you grow and open yourself to new relationships and new opportunities. An unsuccessful run for Congress led to a radio show and the chance to talk politics.
So I think the biggest thing was to begin to live authentically, to live in ways that would help me to experience challenges that I had always wanted to do, but I didn't do.
Nygaard's newest venture is a jewelry store in downtown Norfolk that specializes in 3D design of pieces. He says the Great Recession has taught him to carry less inventory and be less into banks. As dark a journey as Nygaard traveled, he says he wouldn't trade it, believing that even when times appear most bleak, we experience things we otherwise would not. And that's a good thing.
Don't be afraid to dream at any level, at any age. I think we all should continue to foster and build dreams that we can become passionate about.
So how has the Great Recession changed you? We take that question to the streets of Hampton Roads tomorrow at 11.